Josh, we know that you're still relatively new to Charlotte fans, but obviously tonight was your biggest impression that you could give the fans of what to expect from Josh Okogie basketball. Is that the way you kind of were hoping that you could have this kind of impact in a game, getting this opportunity?
1,000%. This is just how I play, very hard, and just try to play with energy and just try to, make game-changing plays and impact winning.
Talked about making game-changing plays in your on-ball defense, specifically getting steals and then going out in transition. What are you looking at as a defender when you try to get those steals? Are you seeing when they're trying to dribble the ball, when the ball is going down? Like, what's going through your mind on those possessions?
For me, it's just knowing player tendencies, knowing a player if they're, trying to get to the basket, if they're trying to shoot side steps or step backs and hit threes. Are they a passive player where they, hold the ball and trying to pass and just move the ball? That kind of determines, what type of pressure or, what kind of way I move my hands or, get deflections or steals and stuff like that. Or how aggressive I play on defense as well.
What's the transition to Charlotte been like for you, and were there any familiar faces when you got here?
It's different, coming from all the way on the West Coast to all the way on the, South. But, I mean, the coaching staff, the organization, these players, my teammates, and everybody in the faculty, man, they just made it very easy for me, embraced me. Me and Miles are the same draft class. Me and Grant were actually AAU teammates in high school, so, I'm kind of familiar with some of these guys. I know Brandon Miller off the court, so, yeah, I was kind of familiar with some of the guys, and, everybody here is just loving. That's just kind of the South. I'm from Georgia, so I know how, people are just loving and just embracive. So, yeah, it was kind of easy for me.
Been a lot of transition in the lineup since your time coming here with guys in and out with injuries, getting knocked around. How has it been for you to adjust to a new team, but then also adjust to brand new lineup combinations just a couple of days in?
In my career, I've played with a lot of different coaches. This is my 7 years. I've had a lot of teammates, played in a lot of defensive and offensive schemes. So with that, there's nothing really that I haven't seen before in terms of how teams like to run offense and how teams like to run defense. So, sitting down with the coaches, watching film, learning their schemes, both offensively and defensively, it kind of clicked easy for me. It's not that hard to learn for me, so it's easy to kind of pick up. And, our offense, which I love, is very simple. It's all read and react and just very fast, and which I like to play that kind of tempo as well.
Coach just came in here and talked about how he had to deploy a lot of different lineups. He had one with Musa and Mark out there together, and Cody was doubtful. He didn't come back after the first quarter, second quarter. You had 10 rebounds tonight, 5 offensive, 5 defensive. What are you looking for at the defensive side of the ball and on offense, crashing the glass and making sure not to run out sometimes in order to allow your team to have second possessions?
Personally, today I was locked in on the defensive glass. Mark, our big fella, man, he does so much for us on the defensive glass, and he had, Klingon is a very big guy, so he was very locked in on making sure he doesn't get no offensive rebound. We had Kamara, also a good offensive rebounder. So as a team, actually, we were just very locked in on making sure those guys didn't get offensive rebounds. And at times we were good, at times we weren't. The stretches we weren't is what really hurt us this game, but that really helped us lock in, and for me, helped me lock in on getting the rebound first before we push on transition. And offensively, it's just crashing. One of the things that, as a team that we need to get better at and we need to be really good at to be a good team is transition defense. And crashing glass actually helps our transition defense. So that's something I try to make sure that I do more times than not.
Obviously, you just got here, so you're still figuring things out. But how do you feel like all the guys on this roster are going to be able to help you just kind of maximize your skill set, both on offense and defense?
Great, man. I feel like offensively, we're really dynamic, we're really fast. The ball moves, the ball pops, everybody shares it, everybody moves the ball, and that's how I, get my offense, catch and goes, catch and shoots off of miscommunications and advantages that we can cause without how fast we play. And just defensively, Coach has a lot of different stuff in this scheme that he likes to use to throw teams off. And I like to look at myself as a guy who can fit all those different schemes and can guard 1 through 5 and switch and, hold my own in the post and just be able to be that utility guy for whatever coach needs.
Apologize if you've been asked this already, but what was your reaction to the trade coming to the Hornets, leaving Phoenix?
It was unexpected for me. I was actually in a meeting with the team, and the agent gave me the call. Team reached out and told me the news, which respect to them. But it was just like it was my first trade, so like it was very like shocking. Like 1 minute you're on the Suns, next minute you're a Charlotte Hornet, and it was crazy. But I'm here and I'm loving where I'm at now. I love where my feet is at. This is a team that right now. Obviously, we don't have the results we want, but the process right here, these past week or two that I've been here, the process has been right. And I've been on winning teams. I've been on teams that aren't there yet, and this team is on the way to some great things, and I'm just happy to be a part of that. Appreciate y'all.